Today, the moon continues in Leo, and we've got that shiny, vibrant, creative, fiery energy throughout the day until just after 5 p.m. Pacific when the moon gets a little bit more grounded in practical Virgo. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, July 16th. And so we continue with Leo. Leo is dramatic, right? It likes attention. Leo the lion, Leo the performer. Leo is about many things, but one of them is the ego, right? It is that part of ourself that is on the exterior. Look at me. Here I am. See me. And ego can certainly be something that can be negative attention. The ego can be our more superficial side, less truthful, less honest, less authentic, more more what's on the surface. But if we use that exterior, that shiny, expressive, true, what's on the surface, to express a deeper truth, to share, to be creative, inspiring, generous, those things, those ways of using that ego or that Leo energy can inspire, can motivate, can empower, can bring us all together, right? Headed in the same direction. So Leo can be how we step into our leadership through the ways that we perform, the ways, we show up and motivate and inspire. And so think about whether your Leo side and whether you have a lot of Leo or you don't have a lot of Leo. This Leo moon is an opportunity to, explore what Leo is about and develop that for yourself. You can look at, how am I being seen? How am I coming across? Am I sharing my deeper truth? Am I expressing what is actually meaningful to me? And am I recognizing that truth in others? In other words, am I using who I am to help others, to help lift up others and help them see more clearly who they are? And that kind of positive leadership style that's motivational and supportive and like, let's do this together. Some of that kind of feeling, which is very Pluto in Aquarius. So how we work together and how we have a shared vision, that's all very Pluto in Aquarius. We are in the later degrees of Leo today with the moon. So the moon is no longer exactly opposite Pluto in degree, but it is still opposite by sign. So we have that dynamic between the moon and the expressive, shiny side of Leo, as well as Pluto in Aquarius, that says no one person stands out or shines more than others, right? It's about all of us together. It's about community. And the beautiful thing, and the way that these two energies come together, is that in community, we can all shine our light as our own truth, as our own authentic self. And when we do that, we have all the parts of the community. Maybe one person's good at one thing and somebody else is good at another. And, you do this and I'll do this. And together we create this beautiful community, which is, Aquarius is also about machines and how we detach from, and we could see how things work together when the parts are all functioning. Obviously, a community is not a machine, but it does have some similarities in the way that we all function in those different parts and create the different subsets or the sub communities within the community where we're working together and hopefully pointed in the same direction with our goals, our ideals. And when we do that, we can create something powerful together. So think about Leo and your ego and how you shine your light, and how whether that light is reflecting your deeper truth and what is meaningful to you, and maybe any ways that you use your Leo expression as a way of masking or hiding that deeper truth or getting what you want. And we all have ways that we do that. So it's worth, it's always worth a little self-examination as part of our self-care, because we want to be our best selves. And that's what we are growing into and stepping into and learning about and becoming. So thinking about that with Leo moon today, we are, in that waxing moon too, which is very outward, very dynamic, moving forward, expressing as a way of getting things to move forward, even as we have Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So we're still deepening into our needs and our feelings. And so as you express yourself outwardly, take that extra moment to ask, how does that feel? How does that make me feel? What is that awakening in me? And how can I best care for myself, listen to my needs along with that self-expression, and do it in a way that is nurturing to me in my long-term best interests, true self-interests. So some things to think about for today. And then as the moon goes into Virgo, we shift gears from the outward expression to getting, hands-on in terms of refinement and perfecting and repairing and fixing things that aren't working. So much more practical once the moon goes into Virgo. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Marina Orms, and you can book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com. Get some insight as we move through very, very potent times. I'm talking about the astrology of the day, but in the big picture, we have very important astrological alignments unfolding as we speak. Check out my podcast for more on that, the Astrology Heals podcast, which you can find at transformationalastrology.com, as well as anywhere you get your podcasts. Thanks for being here and hitting the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.